Every successful startup has a story about a breakthrough moment when growth suddenly accelerated. Slack built every buzz with an invite-only launch. PayPal rapidly expanded through its famous $5 referral program, and Uber turned free ice cream deliveries into a viral marketing campaign. These weren't accidents. They were carefully designed growth hacks. Creative, low-cost tactics that generated a surge of attention, users, and momentum. But unfortunately, in 2026, the playbook for scaling a startup has fundamentally changed. The era of shallow hacks, loophole exploits, and raw spam outbound is officially over. In 2026, algorithmic filters are sharper, users are more defensive, and AI-driven distribution demands real substance. Winning isn't about tricking an algorithm anymore. It's about building lean, highly responsible ecosystems. In this video, I will show you 10 tactics that actually work. Tactic 8 alone is generating thousands of leads for founders who started it last year. Let's get into it. Quick reset before the tactics, because most people get it wrong. Growth hacking is a cross-functional experiment-driven approach to rapid growth with minimal budget. Sean Ellis coined this term in 2010 for a role where marketing, product, and data overlap. One job: growth measured against a single North Star metric. Traditional marketing runs campaigns, but growth hacking runs experiments across acquisition, activation, retention, and referral, all at once. This framework also called pirate metrics, and it also gives you the map. Like, acquisition show how users find you. Activation show, do they get the core value fast, like the aha moment. Retention show, do they come back, like week 1 retention is the single most predictable metric for long-term growth. Revenue shows, does activation turn into payment, and referral shows, do happy users bring others. The mistake most founders make is pouring 90% of the budget into acquisition and ignoring retention. That's filling a leaky bucket, so fix the bucket first and then let's get into the tactic. Tactic number 1, hyper-personalized dynamic onboarding. Generic call emails is functionally dead in 2026. What works is reaching prospects the moment they show a buying signal, like a new job posting, a funding announcement, a tech stack change, a LinkedIn post about the exact problem you solve. A high-converting engine rewrites itself around the intent. For example, if a user arrives on your site through a post about B2B lead gen, your landing page copy, feature tool integration, even layout after shift to show B2B workload. Another tip is product onboarding, like give power users a fast track to skip basic setup, preserving their attention span for deep feature adoption. Tactic number 2, onboarding optimization. Tactic 2 isn't glamorous, but it's the highest leverage hack available to early stage startups. The metric here is time to first value, like how long it takes a new user to hit your product's core utility. Find your aha moment, the action that correlates most with a user becoming a retained paid customer. Then rebuild onboarding so every new user reaches aha moment in their first session. Cut every step that doesn't lead there. And companies that do this typically see a 40% jump in trial to pay conversion without touching a single acquisition channel. That's like doubling your marketing budget for almost nothing. Tactic number 3, gamified waitlists. Psychological mechanics of exclusivity and status remains highly effective, but only backed by a real incentive. Don't just tell someone they are number 100 blah 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 in line. Turn the queue into a game. Reward sharing with tangible upgrades like higher AIP limits, premium tokens, advanced features, and for both the referral and the person referred. Make the process visible in real time, because watching your position jump after a referral triggers a behavioral feedback loop that effectively lowers your customer acquisition cost. Tactic number 4 calls your product is your best acquisition channel. Modern growth is becoming more about creating product that people naturally want to share. Consumers spend hours every day watching short videos, sharing memes, and recommending content across social media and messaging apps. As a result, the most successful startups increasingly build shareability directly into the product. Video native and AI-powered products automatically generate content that users want to pause, discuss, and send to others. Instead of relying on paid acquisition, these products grow because every happy user becomes a promoter. When a product delivers a genuine wow moment, sharing becomes a natural part of the user experience rather than a marketing tactic. Besides that, you can remember some great old examples as Calendly, for example. Calendly grew by putting shadowing links in every email users send. Canva made sharing the default. Figma spread across companies because inviting a collaborator was just part of user need. So find the moment your product creates output someone else sees, and export a shared report, an enabled widget, and attach a mate with your product to it. Every piece of user-generated content quietly becomes a passive impression. Tactic number 5, value first outreach. If you drop a link on Reddit or in a professional community, you will get banned fast. Instead, make value first outreach. Give away high utility, engage to value directly inside native discussion threads, write the breakdown, share the actual script or framework in the body of the post. Only when people ask how you did it, you introduce your product. That shift moves you from intrusive advisor to helpful peer, and that's worth more than ad spend. The next advice is build community around the problem. If you're building project management software for remote teams, go host the Slack community where remote engineering leads talk about what works. That positions you as a connector and an expert, not a vendor. So when someone finally needs a tool, you're the obvious call. Stripe and Notion both build early traction this way. The non-negotiable that you have to provide genuine value to the community independent of your product. Communities that feel like a sales channel get abandoned immediately. Tactic number 7, free tools as lead magnets. Build something small and genuinely useful. A runway calculator, a pricing template, a tech stack compression tool. It ranks SEO content, pulls organic backlinks, and captures emails from exactly the audience you want. A founder who just spent 20 minutes in your runway calculator is already thinking about fundraising, and your product might be their next search. The technical complexity for such tools is usually low because a well-built calculator or template tool can be developed in a few days. The tactic number 8, programming SEO. Instead of writing posts one by one, generated hundreds of targeted pages from a database, Zapier does this with a page for every how to connect app A to app B, each one chasing a specific long-tail query your competitors aren't bothering with. It takes a developer to build the template once, but it scales at near zero cost after that. The 2026 lawyer on the top is generative engine optimization, like structuring content so ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Google AI are revised cite US source. Add clear answers up top, explicit definition, FAQ blocks, structured data. Founders who studied this in 2025 are now getting quoted leads straight from AI search because the leads are already convinced because an AI just told them you're the answer. Tactic 9, get listed where your customers already are. The Slack app directory, the Notion integration gallery, the Zapier marketplace, or in 2026, the AI tool directory is pulling millions of monthly visits from users actively looking for solutions. It's free and it converts better than most paid channels. Tactic number 10, build in public. Founders who share progress and honest lessons weekly on LinkedIn or X consistently attract early adopters, journalists, and future hires. The ones who do it consistently, like weekly updates, honest reactions on what's working and what isn't, build an audience that becomes a distribution mode. Building in public is not for everyone, and it doesn't work without genuine authenticity. But as a zero-cost acquisition strategy that builds brand trust and backlinks simultaneously, it's hard to beat. Before you rush to implement these tactics, there is one important thing you should know. Every startup needs a single North Star metric, not sign-ups, not page views, but something like tasks completed per active users per week. Airbnb tracks booked nights, Uber tracks daily rides, eBay tracks transactions. Simple to track, and it tells you exactly how the business is doing. Judge every task against this one number, so you're not optimizing vanity metrics that look great in a deck and mean nothing for a business. 3 quick wins you can run this month. First, activation sprint. Pick one activation event that clearly proves value. Instrument the path to it. Watch where users drop off. Remove one field, one setup step, or one confusing screen. Ship the change and then compare activation rates. Second, send a welcome message only after the user has had a chance to start setup. Range the flow based on real product actions like completed setup, returned, invited a teammate. This always outperforms the one-size-fits-all sequence. Choose one abandoned event that directly hits revenue or activation, like incomplete sign-up, failed payment, or unfinished onboarding. Trigger an email within hours, not days. Follow with reminders only if behavior shows continued interest. Huge revenue can sit in this one flaw. The most common growth hacking mistakes that quietly kill your growth are optimizing acquisition before fixing retention, running too many experiments at once so you can't isolate what worked, copying a tactic without understanding why it worked in the first place, and giving up after one failed test. Most experiments fail. That's the point. A failed experiment that teaches you something is not a waste of time. It's a data point that narrows the search. If you're an early-stage startup with a small budget, the best bet are still boring in the best possible way, like free analytics, one clear activation metric, one behavior email or in-app journeys, a focused expert content program, and 2 experiments running every week. Recent case studies show that these small moves can produce very large outcomes, from a 30% lift in freemium to premium conversation to a 2.5% monthly revenue lift. You run cheap experiments, kill what doesn't work, and double down on what does. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. Check the links below and follow us on social media for more tips and updates. And if you're ready to take your startup to the next level, visit molfar. We will help you build fast and smart. Catch you next time.